Hey love bugs, I'm coming to you guys as promised with a side-by-side comparison of the AO Smart watch that I got and the LEMFO watch that I got. So stay tuned. So hey love bugs, I am back. So I wanted to show you guys the AO Smart watch review as well as the LEMFO watch. So here are both of the watches right here. This is the AO Smart watch and this is the LEMFO watch. So I want to kind of like give you guys a review with my pretty much my unbiased opinion. I'm going to move the boxes because I've already done reviews on each of these watches, so we don't really need to review the boxes. What I really want to focus on are the watches themselves. Disadvantages is that the main disadvantages is if you're an iPhone user, this watch will not work with your iPhone because it's just not compatible with iOS yet. This watch I didn't have any problems using it with my iPhone 6s Plus. So that's one of the disadvantages. Another disadvantage that I didn't like with the AO Smartwatch. Aerosmith, huh? The AO Smartwatch is that like the screen itself, it just looked too like, and this camera's not doing it any justice. It just did not have a lot of features that I was looking for. Like, I mean, it had your basic features which I showed you guys before, but it's just it did not, because it did not work on my iPhone 6s Plus. I mean, some of the features work, like, you know, drinking water, you know, your calculator, your stopwatch, you know, messages did not work. I was able to hear people and, you know, call people when it was connected to my Bluetooth. I was able to, you know, it had the Bluetooth camera, but if you notice, the response is not as quick as it should be. So, I mean, I'm not even doing this because, you know, you know, maybe I didn't like the watch. Maybe it just wasn't for me. But this is the whole point of, you know, being able to test out the product. I mean, and let me see what else. It just didn't work with the iPhone. So if I had an Android, if you're an Android user, maybe you could probably give a review on how this works on your Android. But for my iPhone, it just did not work as it should have. And I mean, the anti-theft, that does work. The anti-loss, it does work. When your Bluetooth is connected, it can search for your phone, but it does tell you to install the Bluetooth Notice app. And that just I couldn't install that. So the basic functionalities that I was able to use is I could put it on power save mode. I was able to put on I wasn't able to put on anti-loss. I could change my ringtones. You know, I was able to, you know, put if I wanted it to repeat. I was able to choose the different ringtone types that I wanted. Another thing I was able to do was I could do a stopwatch. I could use the stopwatch feature on here. Another thing I was able to do is that I was able to connect my phone book. You know, when I was connected to Bluetooth, I was able to dial. You know, as long as I was connected to Bluetooth, I could do a lot. I was able to Bluetooth my music. And I was able to, like I said, I was able to make calls. This watch, now, however, this watch does not have a piece that you can remove for the SIM card. So that was pretty much it. I couldn't remove it or make it compatible with the SIM card at all. So, and then, you know, this is how you press the button to make it go back to sleep, make it go back to the home screen, and then it'll bring up your date, your time, your battery life. It'll show here your Bluetooth, and then that your music is Bluetooth, and then you have the quick access at the bottom. So as far as this watch, at the end I will let you guys know what watch I went with, but that's the disadvantages for the AO Smart Watch. Some of the disadvantages of having the LEMFO watch is that when you receive notifications, I mean, these notifications, they come through by the truckload. So if let's say if you receive notifications from text messages, from emails, from Facebook, from Instagram, from any of these other platforms that are out there today, this watch will freaking go off like crazy. And if you have your tone set on here for it to come through, they will constantly come through, and it becomes very annoying, and it becomes a nuisance for those around you. So I mean, if you are okay with noisemakers, then I mean, you know, this may be the watch for you. Another thing is that sometimes when you want it to wake up, like if you have it on your wrist and you do this, it's supposed to wake up. Sometimes it does. You see how slow it's like it's waking up, like, oh my gosh, here she goes again trying to wake me up. So it takes a while for it to wake up. Another disadvantage of having this watch is that there's this feature with it's called Magic Voice. Like if you go to your settings and you scroll down to Magic Voice, I have no idea what this is for. Like I have no idea what this feature is for. I mean, it just seems like a feature that they just threw in because they ran out of ideas. I don't know, but that feature, I just don't get it at all. I mean, and as far as, you know, the disadvantages for this watch, those are mainly the main ones I found. Also the different watches, let me lock it again. The different watch backgrounds, it's very few that I found that were, you know, appeasing to me. I really like this one, but then it says insert SIM. The only reason why I like this one is because it gives you your alarm clock, your phone, and then it looks like your stopwatch right here. That's what I really loved about this one, but because it has the insert SIM, and who wants to see that if they're not inserting a SIM card, right? So I ended up just choosing this one, just a standard one, and then you could change this one to, you know, your 24-hour format as well. So, you know, another disadvantage, I don't have any reason to use the video recorder. I mean, there's not that much memory on here anyways, but I didn't have any reason to use the video recorder. However, if I did, you know, I mean, you know, I probably would in the future if I wanted to record something really quick and I didn't have my phone. But it's not recording from your phone. It's actually going to the memory of the watch. So you could change your different languages here, but those are mainly the disadvantages that I found. Oh yeah, and remote capture, I don't even think it really works. Tell you right now, I don't think it really works. And if it does, I haven't really played with it that much. But for the most part, those are the disadvantages to me. My disadvantages may be advantages to others, but these are my disadvantages. The advantages of having having these watches in general is that you are able to use your smartwatch with your smartphone and be able to literally do, you know, tons of things with these watches. I mean, like, as I mentioned before, my advantages and disadvantages may be different from the next person's on. But for me, I feel that these watches are an asset to anyone who wants a watch where you can quickly check your messages without having to go to your phone. You know, if you're constantly wearing a watch, and if you're a watch user and you want to be able to use your watch, just pull out your watch and say, oh, this is the time that it is. Obviously, my Aero smartwatch, that's not the time. But, you know, if you want to start, like if you're someone who's deciding if you want to, you know, purchase an Apple smartwatch and you just want to test out something for now, then, you know, this may be the way to go. You know, get you a cheaper, a more, let's say, a least expensive, stylish watch without spending a lot out of your piggy bank, period. So I'm going to give you guys, I may not have given you guys as much information on these watches because I feel like I've been kind of sitting on these videos for these watches for the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to come back to you guys and just kind of let you know which watch I went with, and that way you have the pros and you have the cons and you know exactly what watch I went with, and there's no more guessing. So when you see me doing my YouTube videos and you see me wearing the watch that I chose, then from there you guys can know like, hey, she picked that watch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out which watch I actually chose. Ended up going with the LEMFO. Yep, that's the watch that I chose. So I just wanted to let you know, love bugs, that I really enjoy my watch. I mean, I can't speak enough about it. I'm not going to waste a lot of you guys' time regarding the watch. Like as I mentioned, I went through 2 watches. This is the second one. I went with the least expensive watch. That didn't work for me. I just didn't like the graphics at all on it. This watch is a little bit more nicer on the eyes. It's a little bit more responsive when I touch it. I don't really have as many problems as I did with the other watch at all. And I mean, it's, you know, I can use my dial for it to work. I mean, I know you guys probably saw my review when I originally did the review on this watch, that it was harder for me when I had my acrylic nails on for me to spin my dial, and it really was. But it's a lot more easier without the acrylics on, believe me. But I really love this watch, love bugs. And if any of you decide to purchase this watch, please leave a comment down below in the description down below. Please check out my other YouTube video on this watch, so that way you can see my unboxing and see what this watch comes with. This video was really quick. It was just to come back and kind of give you guys an update on what I liked about the watch, what I didn't like about the watch, and to let you know about the other watch as well, because I also did an unboxing for that one as well. So as always, love bugs, you guys know I love you. We love you, and you guys be safe, okay?